Alright, with my Cendox V1 I can totally win this battle. Alright, with my Cendox V1 I can drive home and cry in defeat.
Hello everyone and welcome to the Recap Review. Today we're going to be taking a look at set number 8992, Cendox V1. The set contains approximately 151 pieces, was released in the summer of 2009, and during time of release was approximately $20. Alright, here we have it, our first vehicle. Now before I get into the review, let me get my disclaimer out of the way. Just because there are pros and cons in this video doesn't necessarily mean they are my personal opinion. I do my best to make these videos as objective as possible, and as such, any and all comments should be taken as either community opinions or as objective facts about the set I can represent on camera. So please, unless I explicitly say so, do not assume that anything here is my personal opinion. Okay? Awesome. Let's go ahead and get in the review. Now, a little bit of backstory. The rider is named Crotesius, and he rides, well, the Cendox V1. He actually is in the arena because there are arena battles that take place with vehicles. And Crotesius evidently fights for the Fire Tribe, Volcanus. And yeah, so I don't remember the specifics on the actual vehicle itself. It was either this one or the Caxium that was a military vehicle. But I think it was the Caxium more than this one. I think this one he actually built himself. But feel free to correct me, I'm fairly certain that's not entirely accurate. So let's go ahead and get into the set. First with the rider. We just take them off like so. Take these red axles. Let's just go ahead and put those back. Okay. One more. Come on. Come on. There we go. And then we'll just go ahead and do that. And then we'll go ahead and put that to the side. So, this is Crotesius. And he is, well, pretty much a standard gory build. As far as the recolored pieces, I'm fairly certain the torso is new in Metro Red. No, it's not. Never mind. Voltraz has it. The only new and or recolored piece that Crotesius has would be a helmet. This is a new helmet. Now this is one of several double-sided helmets that we got with the vehicle wave. This is how he wears it. We can see the other side right there. And this is in Metro Red. Now as we can see, we also have the counter on the back, because otherwise he's completely Metro Red and a little bit of blue. And so the counter, this is part of a game that I will go over in the 2009 overview. So stability is actually fine, no real issue. Again, he's just a standard gory build. Not a whole lot of pieces. The articulation is rather poor, only having two in the legs, two in the arms, and one in the head. And yeah, that's pretty much Crotesius. So let's go ahead and move him off to the side and get to the meat of the set. That's right, the Cheesemobile. I mean the Cendox V1. So, as far as new pieces are concerned, I honestly can't really vouch for anything. We do have this right here, this fin piece that we see most often with Kina, and this time it is in yellow. And that's actually also the only recolored piece that I am aware of, since a lot of this is really just a Technic construction. So functionality-wise, it actually works really well. We can see here it has one large tread, and it looks kind of like an engine compartment right here. And we have this kind of sled look up with the top. Now, it's not going to roll real well on this, but it does roll. So it does do a really good job. There you go. So you can kind of push it around the ground. It works best on carpets, evidently enough. And up here, we do see that you can steer it. And it does work rather well. You can see that this moves. So if you're turning, you can do that. Or if you're making a sharp turn, whoa! So yeah, the functionality is actually really good. Additionally, we do have the Thornax launcher right here. There we go, and it does work just fine. However, one issue that people do have with it is that it's really loose, or it can be. You see, if you kind of squeeze it together, then you can pose it how you like. But if you're using it a little bit, then it will eventually start to kind of flop around. So there is that. Color scheme-wise, it's rather fine. It's black, silver, and yellow, with a little bit of red, as we can see right there. Now the red, not a lot of people have much issue with it, considering that Cortesius is red, and this is just a brighter shade of that red. Some people do have an issue with the blue. Now, while blue is a contrasting color to yellow, it's not part natively of this vehicle's color scheme, so some people may seem it to kind of stand out quite an extensive amount. Because it's a vehicle and because it's Technic, we do have a lot of gaps, although that can be excused because real-world vehicles have a lot of gaps, and for all intents and purposes, this is really just a glorified sled, a snow sled, but this works in the sand. So a lot of people actually really do like the vehicle. It's a small, compact little putt-putt snowmobile. It works fine. It's in a color that is not all that common, so people really do like that, and it's a smaller price point, around $20. For reference, all you newfangled Bionicle fans, a Master or a Uniter, and one of the higher end ones is around $20. So this is that price. Of course, inflation and yada yada. Well, we'll get into that later. So that is that. No open ball joints, no open axles. Well, except for these. So yeah, there we go. That is the Cendox V1, the vehicle. Now with Cortesius, what you do to put him on, take his hands, you make him look like that. Go ahead and stick him on right there. Now, as you can see right down here, we have this kind of nub, little stud piece. Go ahead and put one foot in that little pinhole. Go like that. Just kind of get in there. It's not a very solid connection, but it is one. You just got to stretch his legs over, like so. Just press him in like that. There we go. He will stay on there. You can adjust the legs, adjust his seating, just like so. Kind of bring him forward a bit. Now bring his hands out. Go ahead and connect them to those red axles. Make sure those do not come out, like they are. Good. If only his arms could stretch out. Man, this is not... Come on. You really got to get him to go forward. He's kind of got to be leaning, or at least lying on his stomach in order to get this to work. Come on. Come on. Okay, we're going to try this another way. Go ahead, attach his hands first, then we'll deal with his feet. Come on. You see, this normally doesn't happen. It just wants to fight me, because it knows it's on camera, it wants to be popular, it wants to be famous. Get in the news. Okay. So go ahead and stretch him out, then go ahead and attach his feet. And it's a good idea, because it does look good, as we can see here, once you actually are able to do it. And then you can turn it with his hands, if they'll let you, like so. So there you have it. After that struggle, after the event that was apparently getting Cortesius to actually sit on the Cendox V1, we can see the color scheme isn't all that bad, because we're used to red and yellow being a color scheme and kind of coexisting, so the darker red doesn't really work too terribly with the yellow. And Cortesius, his main issues are really the fact that he's a standard Agori build, the articulation is really poor, his color scheme is really boring because it's only one color, and he has the brittle joints, so mocking is limited. But with everything else, the Cendox V1, it's a nice little package deal. Its main issues are that it kind of flops around a little bit. It's evidently difficult to get Cortesius on. The Thorn Axe launcher will flop around, and some people may not like some few open axles and the blue pins. So, there you have it. That is the Cendox V1. What do you think? Do you like it? Do you prefer some of the other vehicles? Feel free to let me know either in the comments below or on the TTV message boards at board.ttvpodcast.com. Join me next time when I look over the Caxium V3. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you all then.